So we'll cut to the chase. Where are we, Linz?
We are in Castle Damara. I also have an issue. I like seeing to make sure we're in the thing. Sorry, I'm distracted by that. In the shot.
So where are we, Linz?
I don't know. Castella thing.
We're in Castellamare di Stabia.
It is right in between Naples and Sorrento.
So it's a kind of a smaller city than Naples. We had read that Naples is a little bit rough, and we kind of wanted to just chill out for a while. So we chose an amazing Airbnb here, which we are really enjoying.
Yeah, it is amazing.
And just kind of walking around the town. But there was kind of one thing above all others that brought us here.
And that was Pompeii.
I didn't really know too much about Pompeii before I started looking into it once we got into Italy. In case you guys are as unaware as I was, Pompeii is really special. It's like being able to kind of walk into a time machine that'll take you back 2,000 years to an ancient Roman city. And it's really the fact that we have the ability to do this is all thanks to this guy behind us. If you can see in the background here, that is Mount Vesuvius. And in 79 AD, almost 2,000 years ago, Mount Vesuvius erupted and basically covered the ancient Roman city of Pompeii in ash over about a period of 3 days. So much ash that it preserved everything. Nobody even knew where the city was after a little while, and it was only rediscovered a couple of hundred years ago.
Okay, so we decided to take the kids to Pompeii. So we took the train. Kids are free, and then we paid for a guided tour. Also, the kids were free for that. Amazing. The woman was super informative. The kids were engaged. It was a great tour. We walked around such a small portion of it because it is so huge. You could easily spend 3 days there. But it was a great opportunity to see a place that potentially won't be here forever, because people, I think they say 3 million visitors a year, and everyone is touching things and walking, and it's exposed to the elements, so things are starting to fall apart and crumble. So
the opportunity that we have to walk these streets of Pompeii is really a tiny window in time.
Yeah.
It's also exposed to another potential eruption from Vesuvius.
If you are in Italy, we highly recommend taking advantage of visiting Pompeii.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
What?
It's interesting to me that for the just enormous scale of the tragedy that Pompeii was, thousands of people dying a horrible death, what stuck with the kids the most was not really the kind of emotion of that. It was more the kind of technological marvels and surprises that the city held. That just kind of goes to show you that there's so many facets of the experience that are just fascinating in themselves.
The biggest eruption of Mount Vesuvius was in 79 AD. About 2,000 people died. The whole city was covered by volcanic ash. In 1748, explorers started to uncover items that were covered by the ash. Since then, they were able to uncover a whole city. My favorite part were the walls in the city. Everything was made out of rock and stone. Scientists are saying that it will erupt again one day. I give Pompeii 5 stars.
Pompeii was awesome. It was cool that archaeologists dug out a 650,000 square meter city. Though before traveling the world, I thought Pompeii was just a little street. But now that I've been in Pompeii, it's huge. It seems so weird to think about that Romans made traffic system and pipes 2,000 years ago, and only about 100 years ago, in some countries, it was all wooden houses.
Pompeii was amazing. I was very surprised that Pompeii had a piping system that brought running water to the whole entire city. The pipes were made out of lead and are 14 millimeters thick. The main water supply for this ancient city comes from a pipe called the ancient Roman Aqueduct. The piping system in the city is called Aqua Augusta, also known as the Surreal Aqueduct. The water was running very fast at 264 gallons per second, 23 million gallons per day. I loved it there, and I do recommend going.
Today we have a lot of technology that we think is pretty modern. Hot water, complex road systems, sewers, etc. But the thing is, these technologies are in fact so old that they are in Pompeii. In Pompeii, if you were rich enough, you could go to a spa that had hot baths. That wouldn't be odd now because it's 2018. We're talking thousands of years ago. The way they did this is that they filled a pool with water from the aqueduct and used the fire that was underneath to heat it. It might seem simple now, but that would have been state-of-the-art back then. Overall, I was surprised about how sophisticated all the technology was in Pompeii, even if they are thousands of years old.
So that was our experience of Pompeii for a day. Super worthwhile thing to do for the whole family. I think it is certainly one of the highlights of our trip so far. It's an opportunity that we have right now that we may not have going forward in the future, and we feel really, really lucky to have been able to walk the streets of Pompeii. It's very cool.